difficult issues that are facing the policing board at the minute?
Well, probably the most difficult facing us at the moment is an issue which goes across all government departments, and that's one of financial resources. Government is under severe pressure as far as resources is concerned, and once the devolution of policing and justice happens, the Department of Policing and Justice is going to compete with the Department of Health, with the Department of Education, with the Department of Regional Development for a scarce number of resources. So once Policing and Justice is devolved, the Policing and Justice Minister could well be sitting down with the Education Minister and the Health Minister and deciding, do we want 100 police officers, 100 nurses or 100 teachers? And the reality probably is that they won't be able to afford all of them, so choices will have to be made. So the challenge for the policing board is to make sure that the police continue to deliver the effective and efficient police service that they're charged to do with a reducing amount of resources. So put quite simply, they're going to have to achieve more with less.
Do you feel that the dissidents are actually a threat, or are the media just publicising wrong?
Well, this board is advised by the Chief Constable on the level of dissident threat. We're not advised by the media, and the Chief Constable is best placed to give us that advice. The present Chief Constable and his predecessor, Sir Hugh Ard, are both on record as saying the threat is severe. So obviously we take him very seriously on that, and I know he takes very seriously the safety of not just of his officers but of the public at large. So the threat is severe.
The BBC recently covered a story about the increasing number of pensioners being burgled. What are the police and the policing board planning to do about this?
Well, first of all, we should point out that Northern Ireland is still one of the safest places to live in the United Kingdom. That is not in any way to downplay the sense of fear and injustice that people feel when they have a crime committed against them. I think the important thing is, we keep saying policing is much too important to be left to the police alone, and the police can only target these awful crimes if they're working in partnership with other statutory agencies and with the community. So the community have a role to play in this, to call on elderly people, to make sure that they're not suffering from a fear of crime. So people should rest assured that they do live in a relatively safe area. But as I said, police and community together are working to ensure that community safety is reinforced.
How might having a local justice minister affect the work of the policing board?
We have made two key points to the committee in Stormont who's dealing with the transfer of powers under devolution of policing and justice, and this is the board's position on it. One is that the operational independence of the Chief Constable should not be interfered with. We do not want politics in policing. Okay? And secondly, as we've said, the board has been successful over the course of the last 8 years in holding the police to account. The accountability structures we have here are the envy of many countries around the world. I get delegations here all the time from countries looking at the accountability structures we have in place here, and they're seen as a model of best practice, so why change them? So our second point is that the powers of this board to hold the police to account should in no way be diminished. However, we welcome devolution of policing and justice, and we think it's no bad thing that a local minister with a closer understanding of the issues affecting local people is better for the oversight of policing and justice than to be dealt with at arm's length from Westminster.